Hello, how are you? Today I brought you a wonderful recipe, very easy. This recipe works great for dinner and for lunch because it's a complete meal, but it also works really well as a side dish. It's delicious and super flavorful. This recipe is very low in carbohydrates, so it's great if you're looking to lose weight, if you have diabetes, or if you want to control your blood sugar. Stay with me until the end, you won't want to miss it. First of all, if you're new here, welcome. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. I have a new video every day and a new recipe every day too. You're going to love them. Let's get started with our recipe then. The first ingredient I have here is eggs. This recipe is super quick, really easy, and inexpensive. You don't even need to know how to cook. So we're going to prepare it together here in no time. I have 2 eggs here and I'm going to beat them a little. And just a reminder, if you have any doubts about whether eggs will raise your cholesterol, if you can eat eggs every day, or what happens to your body if you eat eggs daily, I have videos here where I talk more about eggs and about the other ingredients I'm using. And once again, just a reminder that down below in the description, I'll list the ingredients for this recipe and for all the others I make here, along with the quantities so you can get organized, and I'll also include related videos. To these eggs that I've already beaten, I'm going to go ahead and add the seasonings, a bit of salt and a little crushed red pepper. This crushed red pepper is quite spicy, but it's good because it's thermogenic. It helps speed up your metabolism and aids in weight loss. If you have any restrictions, you can leave it out. There's no need to substitute it with anything. I'm going to add a bit of oregano because I love oregano on everything. I'll also add some chopped tomato. I removed the seeds from this one to make it a little less watery, but that's not really necessary. If you want to leave the seeds in, you can do that too. I'm going to add a bit of bell pepper. Bell pepper is very rich in vitamin C and fiber, so it's always a great option for adding vitamin C to our diet. Many people have a subclinical vitamin C deficiency and don't even know it. I actually have a video here talking about this. I'll leave it down below because this is becoming more and more common these days. Vitamin C is super important for our immunity. It's worth watching so you can see how your vitamin C levels are doing and what signs to look out for. Here I have our chopped onion, and I'm going to mix all of this together. What are we going to do with this now? I'm going to tidy things up here, but I want to let you know that I have my raw onion here, which I sliced to about a finger's width. Not too thin, not too thick. And now I'm going to get things ready here. I'll bring over my stove so we can continue with our recipe. Alright, so let's move on to the second part of our recipe. I already have my skillet here, which is nice and hot, and I'm going to add a bit of olive oil. You can use coconut oil as well if you prefer, and I'm going to add the onion rings here. An important tip for you, so this turns out right and looks good at home. Place 2 rings at a time. That sizzling sound means our skillet is already hot. And I did it wrong, so I'm going to redo it here. The most important thing is to always keep the larger side facing up. This one here is more or less the same size, so it's not a problem. Let me turn up the heat a bit here because I need the skillet to be really hot for us to add our mixture now. Done! Now we wait. I'm going to wait for it to brown on one side, then we'll flip it, and I'll do the same with the rest that are left. And when I come back, I'll tell you about some options, including substitutes for onion if you don't like it, that we can use instead. I'm going to cover it, and I'll be back in a bit to show you how it turned out. Hold on. So I'm going to show you how it's turning out. Here's a tip. When it starts to look a bit opaque like this, it means the egg is more cooked and you can flip it without making a mess. When you add the egg, like I did that first time when I put it in here, it's important that you add it when the pan is hot, that you hear that sizzle from the pan and then you lower the heat, because otherwise it won't get golden like this. It'll just burn and turn black. And it's important to keep the heat low so our onion can cook. You can see the difference between the color of the raw onion here and the cooked onion, which is already starting to look more translucent. I'm going to let this one finish here, then I'll add these other 2 and we'll be right back. So, coming back, I had already flipped the others. You can make as many as you want at home for your family, depending on what you have. Depending on the size of the onion, you might get more or fewer rings. And also some substitution options, as I promised you. The smell is amazing. You can add a bit of tuna in the middle or some shredded chicken, ground beef if you feel it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary because there's already the egg, there's already plenty of protein, it's already a complete meal depending on how much you want to make. If you want to complement this with brown rice or beans, that also depends on your preferences. Even though this is low carb, if you don't follow a low carb diet, there's no reason not to use them. You can even add some sweet potato slices to go along with it, depending on your dietary profile. If you want to stick with low carb but don't want to use onions, maybe because you don't like onions that much, you can substitute those larger slices with eggplant or zucchini. There are plenty of options to switch things up. Let me know down below which version you're going to make, or if you're going to do it exactly the way I did. I'd love to read your comment. And share this video with anyone you know who could benefit from it. Let's work together to spread this positive movement. Don't forget to leave your like, because that really helps me out. See you next time. Bye. I'm going to cut a piece now so you can see it here. Bye. See you next time.